It is Alex here. We're at the Evergreen Aviation Evergreen Aviation and Space Museum in McMinnville, Oregon. Hello, RMS Lusitania. We're about to go inside very soon. I'm gonna kind of walk us around the Spruce Goose, but it might be difficult to see, but inside the glass is the Spruce Goose. So let me go ahead and turn the camera around. That's me, right behind an aircraft. But all right, so we'll be walking in, and yeah, we've already kind of spent the day here at the museum. We walked inside, and then we went to the space part of the museum, which is in a different building way over there. But hey Eric, how's it going? So yeah, so you might be able to see the Spruce Goose here. Pretty cool. So we're about to go inside, and we're gonna see the Spruce Goose up close, which is something I wanted to do last time I was here, but didn't get to. But if I take us around over here, you can see what the front of the museum looks like. That big commercial jet plane way out front is at the entrance to the museum. You can see cars driving in from the street. So, hey Sarah, how's it going? Hello Willem. It's a really nice day. It's been kind of drizzling, but it's not bad. Oh, here's a Blue Angels jet. Pretty cool. Hey Mike, how's it going? Everybody can hear me okay, right? Nobody's struggling to hear me. Hey John. Hey Mateo. Hello Willem. We'll cross over the grass here. What's really cool about this museum, you guys, is you can walk around all the grounds of the museum. There's no areas that are really limited unless it's behind a fence. But, you know, wow, the parking lot's getting busy. But they have, like, aircraft all over around the buildings and things everywhere. So you're allowed to walk around and kind of see everything. And, yeah, we're going to walk inside. Make sure when you buy admission, you get like a wristband depending on what color it is they have that day. Today it's blue, so I'm going to be showing the blue wristband. Okay. So we'll go inside. You go through this magic portal, and voila, the Spruce Goose, you guys. Otherwise, what really should be known as Howard Hughes' H-4 Hercules. So, Mike, the Spruce Goose is here in McMinnville, Oregon. The Queen Mary is all the way in Long Beach, California. So, we're going to kind of walk around it for a little bit. This is the floater on the wing The floater is a little bit larger than this aircraft underneath it. That's how big it is. So there's the Spruce Goose there. You can see people going in. And then there's an aircraft underneath the floater of the wing. The wing extends all the way up above the second floor of the building. So some aircraft engines and things. Ivan says, can you touch the Spruce Goose? They make it very difficult to touch the Spruce Goose. Usually the airplane is just out of reach, but when you're inside of it, you can touch a lot of it. So it's actually kind of cool that way. So you can see 4 of the 8 Pratt & Whitney engines. Each of those propellers is about 17 feet in diameter. Floater of the wings compared to the size of people.
On the space side?
Yeah.
Here's some replica aircraft in the museum. Now this is only one of 3 buildings. So the Spruce Goose is in the aviation building. The middle building is some kind of theater. I'm not really sure what they show in there, but I think it's a seasonal thing. And then the other building is the Space Museum, which has like the rockets and things like that. We just came from the Space Museum. That was pretty cool. But I figured you guys would really want to see the Spruce Goose. After all, it does have to do with the content of my channel, so. But you can see just how big these wings are. Right about there, it's 11 feet tall, and then which is large enough for people to actually walk in. And then the wingspan of the whole plane itself is 320 feet. For those of my Disneyland fans, if you lined up 3 Mark Twain riverboats from the Disneyland River in a row, you would still have an extra 5 feet of space. Essentially, a short person can lay down behind those 3 Mark Twain riverboats and complete the wingspan of the Spruce Goose. The only aircraft to have ever surpassed the wingspan of the H-4 Hercules is the Strato launch, which was created in 2019. So, sorry, I'm trying to avoid filming most people because there's a lot of kids here and stuff, you know. So, all right. You can see the main driveway with the airplanes out front. And the Spruce Goose towering over us. Hey, Daniel. Hey, John. Hey, Nathan. Yeah, Mateo, you should be jealous. You should come here. Let's see. So this building is absolutely ginormous. The tail fin of the Spruce Goose, which we haven't even seen yet because the aircraft is so large, stands 5 stories tall, which is pretty large. I wish I could kind of like do the wide angle lens for this so you guys can see a wider shot, but I don't know how to do that. Oh, I can. There we go. Jeez. Well, that's as far as I can go. I can zoom in, see, but that's, maybe I am using the wide angle. My gosh. Daniel says, where is the museum located? It's located in McMinnville, Oregon. So it's, I think it's about 40 or 45 miles just southwest of Portland. I know it's about 45 minutes southwest of Portland. Yeah, that's probably what it is. 45 minutes southwest of Portland. So, pretty cool. You got some kind of German aircraft here at the base. So, if I did take you to the second floor so we could like look down at the Spruce Goose, you would see that pretty much every aircraft in the building, just in comparison, just looks like toys to the Spruce Goose. It is incredible. Just look at that. Daniel says, why was there no tea time on Wednesday? I was very, very busy. Okay. So, do you want to head to the back? Okay. All right, so we're going to go towards the rear of the aircraft. You can see these massive airplanes just being shaded by the wing of the Spruce Goose. Pretty cool.
We're just standing there, right? Yeah, right. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. Good job.
Elizabeth says, do they have the Howard Hughes pilot sitting in the plane like at Long Beach? I know what you mean. They had in Long Beach, they had a mannequin of Howard Hughes sitting in the plane, but actually they don't have that here. You can go up to the cockpit and actually sit where Howard Hughes sat. You have to pay an extra price, but I think it's well worth it. So it was really, really neat being able to see all that. And they kind of explain in detail how the aircraft worked and the history of it and stuff. Here's a view of the tail fin, which again is just massive. Stands 5 stories in the air. I'm not even sure that video really, like, look at that airplane there. That's the DC-3 in front of us. And then above that, there's a small, I think that's Chinese, a small Chinese plane, I think. But then you have the massive wing of the Spruce Goose here. Again, I'm approximately the same distance from the cockpit of the DC-3 as I am from the rear of the Spruce Goose. So you can kind of see the size difference. Just how unbelievably massive that is. And that's gotta be one of the largest American flags I've ever seen, that's for sure. So, and you know, this is my second time being here and taking a tour and stuff, and the docents are all really, really nice folks who really take the time to answer your questions and explain things. This is one of the neatest museums in that aspect. Even though I'm not really much of an airplane enthusiast, it is really cool to be able to have these docents who are so nice and to take the time to explain things. And they all have, you know, a passion for the aircraft here. So that's kind of one of the neat things about this place. So it is, the admission is $22 per adult. I don't know the kids' price, but $22 per adult. And if you pay a flat rate of $30, you can have up to 4 people do a private tour of the cockpit of the Spruce Goose, which again, I think is well worth it, especially if you have 4 people. Again, that's a flat rate of $30 added to your admission. It was just me and my dad today, so, but nevertheless, well worth it. Again, you get that one-on-one with the docent who can explain everything to you. That is a, now that I'm actually looking at it, that is a really massive plane. Jeez. And the Spruce Goose is not made of spruce, but actually birchwood veneer, 9 layers. And then the whole aircraft is being supported by that makeshift steel cradle in front of us. Pretty neat. But yeah, birch wood. So it is still today the world's largest aquatic airplane, amphibious airplane that is. And it is also the world's largest airplane made of wood. So, yeah, it may look like metal, like the airplanes around it, but it is made of wood. Pretty neat. Let's see. Spirit of Roanoke says, I can't believe my eyes, he's doing an aircraft review. I'm not doing an aircraft review. I don't know anything about aircraft. I could not explain anything even if I wanted to. But, Lori says, I hear the Queen Mary might get fixed. Might? No, it's being fixed right now. It's been under repair since February. You can see the DC-3. Now, see how big that DC-3 is? The wingspan goes from there to there. The Spruce Goose's tail fins have a wingspan larger than that. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it is larger than the wingspan of the DC-3. That's just the tail fins of the Spruce Goose, but that's pretty cool. And you can kind of see there's the small aircraft there compared to the size of one of the wings of the Spruce Goose. Daniel says, hey Alex, have you seen the ocean liner design new video about Queen Mary and SS Normandy? Yes, I have. It was a very good video. I liked it. Let's see. Limestone passes. The camera's not very clear. No, it's not. This, this is a phone live. If you've ever live streamed to YouTube using your cell phone, this is what it looks like. It's not very clear at all. Also, keep in mind, I'm inside of a giant metal building which doesn't have Wi-Fi, so the signal is not going to be very clear simply because I'm inside of a giant metal building. But yeah, but it's not my phone or anything that's doing this. This is just YouTube. This is how YouTube is when you try to live stream on your phone. Let's see. John C says, besides the Spruce Goose, what is your other favorite plane in the museum? I don't really know anything about planes. I don't really have a favorite. But I mean, if I were to choose which one looks the coolest by the way it looks, I would say the DC-3. There's something about the way the DC-3 looks that is really intriguing to me. I like it. There's something cool about it. But yeah, I don't know anything about airplanes. The Spruce Goose is one of those weird things where somehow the Spruce Goose caught my interest, and it's the only airplane that has caught my interest. Because again, I'm not an airplane person. I'm not really into it, but yeah, the Spruce Goose somehow has captured my imagination. Probably just because it's such an impossible feat of engineering. It's just so amazing, you know? So, last time I was at the museum, I took a lot of video of the Spruce Goose. This time at the museum, I've been taking a lot of photographs with my camera. So I have a camera here. I've been photographing the museum. The camera I have is really designed to take video, but it's good at photographs. It's better than a cell phone at photographs. So But this is only one of the two museum buildings, you guys. So yeah, there's a whole other building which has more aircraft and spacecraft, like from NASA and stuff, and international stuff and stuff. So you guys would really like this place. The admission price, like I said, $22 for an adult. That is for both buildings, so you're not just getting this building, you're getting the other building too. So even though it costs extra to get to the cockpit of the Spruce Goose, for free you can walk up those stairs and go into the belly of the Spruce Goose and see the inside. That is part of the museum expense, I mean to say. So you don't have to pay extra for that. That's just part of the admission. So you can go up there and walk inside. I'll try. It might not be very clear. It might not be very bright. It's very dark inside. But I'll attempt to do it because I'm sure you guys want to see that. But, here's an example of how the Spruce Goose would have worked. It would have come up to a dock like that, and the clamshell doors would have opened to allow 2 Sherman tanks inside. Of course, the Spruce Goose was never actually used for war. It was designed for it, but it was completed after the war. Here's the steel cradle that holds up the Spruce Goose. Let me just... I'll take you guys inside real quick. I'm not going to talk when I get in there because there's going to be a lot of people. It's very crowded. But I'll just show you guys real quick. You can see the 7-layer laminate wood. We're behind a plexiglass panel, so you can't really touch the Spruce Goose.
A lot of times they say the name of the ship you came on. Everyone is getting the same name.
So when you go in by tour, they take you through this door, and then they take you up those stairs. Those stairs were built specifically for Howard Hughes himself, since he didn't like using the ladders that his crew had used to get to the top. And again, that's where it goes up.
Then you have the F4. Then you have the S5. You have
So that's the Spruce Goose compared to other aircraft. The AN-225 is one of the largest jet aircraft ever built, and the wingspan of the Spruce Goose is definitely larger than that. So you can see the darker one is the Spruce Goose. The Maria is, or Maria, I can't pronounce that name. It's longer than the Spruce Goose, but the wingspan of the Spruce Goose is still larger. Okay, so kind of.
Well, I've been trying to get them to sell it.
You can kind of see it up there. All right, now I'm going to go back down.
There we go.
Look, the car. I love that car. That's really, I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about cars, but it's really cool. And you can see how big the floater is in comparison to the car. Jeez. All right. Now let's head back down the stairs. For people who use wheelchairs, you can use the little wheelchair lift to get up here. That railing is really sticky. I'm gonna have to wash my hands. Lots of kids here today, so it's a great place to take kids. So, all right. Sorry, I'm pointing the camera at the floor so I don't... I'm trying not to film people to violate their privacy. All right.
Chance of the catwalk or water.
U.S. Coast Guard airplane. Oh, and the gift shop is back there. So that's the gift shop there. Lots of really cool stuff. You know, they have a lot of extra laminated wood from the Spruce Goose, actual laminated wood from 1947. And they sell them as keychains. I believe they're $11 for each keychain. You can have one that's blank, laminated wood, or one that has a print of the Spruce Goose on it. I bought it earlier. I love it. I'm not going to put it on my keychain because I don't want the laminated wood to get damaged. So technically, you can walk away with a piece of the Spruce Goose. Like I said, it's just extra laminated wood. I don't think it was ever attached to the Spruce Goose itself, but it was part of the stock that was used to build the Spruce Goose. So, all right. Yeah. I think I'm going to end the live stream now because I think we will be going. But that was just a quick view of the Spruce Goose. Just wanted to show you guys. So, anyway, let me switch the camera around. All right, folks. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little quick tour of the H-4 Hercules here at the Evergreen Aviation and Space Museum in McMinnville, Oregon. Really cool place to visit. Great place to take your kids and stuff. And of course, if you're an aviation enthusiast. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye. Oh, I turn this thing off.